Are you ready to tackle some tasty tidbits with Toro? Alliteration. I feel a little dirty. I feel dastardly dirty alliterating as much as I just did. But there's a reason behind it, and it's all real. It's all true. This is the Almirez. I love Spanish. This is the Almirez Toro from the Agurans, from Teso la Monja. So here's the deal with Toro. Any of you know where Toro is? Okay. Toro is the western part of Spain, when you're on your way to the Portuguese border, actually. So you got Rioja kind of north center, then you got the Ribera del Duero west of that, and if you head west from the Ribera del Duero, you do bump into Toro before you eventually do hit the Portuguese border. Now, the beauty of Toro is the true home of the Tempranillo. Bet a lot of you didn't know that. A little bit, again, tasty tidbits of information. This Tempranillo is the real Tempranillo, the true Tempranillo. And this is the oldest documented Tempranillo in Spain from a vine age standpoint, also from a clonal selection standpoint, which makes this really fascinating. Here, they don't call it Tempranillo, because Tempranillo got its name after it left Toro. Here, they just call it Tinto de Toro, right? Because that's what it is. It's the red wine from Toro. Nothing else, nothing more. If you're in Toro, that's what it is. So this is the original clone of Tempranillo, right? And we're also dealing with Toro, which is sandy soils, most of it pre-phylloxera. You have a lot of original vine material from that original vine material from these vines that are 130, 150 years old. They are able to take cuttings and selections and then replant new vineyards with these same cuttings and selections of this original Tempranillo. Now here's the deal. You would think that you'd want to plant this Tempranillo everywhere. Oh, it's the real Tempranillo, it's the first one. Let's plant it in Rioja. No, it doesn't work that way. This particular clone of Tempranillo, the selection of Tempranillo, is particularly suited to Toro, which is hot, baby. Hot. We're hot. We're hotter than Ribera del Duero. We're hotter than Rioja here. This is, like I said, sandy soils, almost kind of deserty, little bit of elevation, but the key here is the heat. This is a warm place. It is a place known for making blockbuster wines, and today's wine is no exception. This is a brilliant Toro from the Agurin brothers. So this is their Almirez bottling, as I said earlier, which is a bottling from their younger vines. Now when we say younger in Toro, the youngest vines are 15 to 20 years old, and they go up to 65 years old for this bottling. Their top wines like Alabaster and that kind of thing, are made from like 130, 150-year-old vines. Truly amazing. And what I love about Toro is Toro don't pretend. It doesn't pretend. Here we're not making lemonade out of oranges, baby. We are making blackberry jam out of blackberries. And you know what? I'm okay with it. In this world where it's like, oh, fresh, oh, light, oh, fresh, oh, light. Well, no. Wine comes in all shapes and sizes. So to try and make everything light and crushable and chillable, life doesn't work that way. Terroir doesn't work that way. And what I love about the Toro wines is there's no way in hell you're gonna make this light and chillable. This is big, rich, yummy, hedonistic, gorgeous, inky red wine. All French oak here, 30% new actually for this bottling, 70% older barrels. I didn't discuss this yet. With big wines, you usually have big tannins. Well, big everything. Big fruit, high octane, big tannins, you have it all. Now the key here is incorporating balance into the wine, some modicum of balance based on the size. And here they've been able to do that. The Agurans, along with Jorge Ordóñez, originally founded the Bodegas Numancia estate. A lot of you might be familiar with Numancia and Terramontia. These were the breakthrough wines back in the 90s. Parker, 96 points, 98 points, 100 points. They sold that property to LVMH, if memory serves, and they started their own project. Now, with the new project, their whole key was how can we incorporate balance into these huge, artisanal, blockbuster, gorgeous wines? And they've been able to do it. I think through deft use of oak, picking times are very important. With Tinta de Toro in this area, you pick too late, the wines will get ferociously tannic and jammy. You pick too early, you lose kind of like that right frame of physiological ripeness. So having enough harvesters out there is key to making great wine here. And so this is a no expense spare type operation. And you can taste it, you can smell it. I'm trying to forget the score. I'm trying to remember what the score was, 94 or 90, maybe 96 points or something. This was one of the highest scored wines in that particular report from Venice. And I just remember being amazed at the score for the price. I think it was 94 points. I mean, this wine sells for under 30 bucks. I mean, this is so much wine for the money. Can't even begin to tell you. Like, this is, and you know what? You need some big wines in your life once in a while, all right? You do. It's okay. It's okay. Have a big wine, have a light wine, have a big wine, have a light wine. Mix it up. You'll be very pleased that you did. This is one of the finest red wine values we've tasted this year. Kudos to the Agurans. Oh, one more thing. I was in Spain last week, name dropping. You know, it is just like getting around. No, but seriously, I was in Spain last week and I had lunch with the Agurans. And one of the things we did is we did a vertical of one of their bottlings back to 2008. And what I can tell you is these wines age exquisitely. We were seriously blown away by the quality of the older vintages of these wines. And right now we're working on getting some of those older vintages here. That'll be fun. That's one of the things we're working on the trip for you. But in the meantime, what I do know is this wine, if you put 10 years on it, no problem. And these tannins, since they are so fine, since they've worked so hard on the tannin quality here, these tannins melt. They mold into the wine, and you're left with this wonderful, lush, expressive, classic old vine expression of Tempranillo. And what a treat. We were already gonna sell this wine anyway, but when we got back from the trip this weekend, we were even more stoked to do so, knowing what the future has in store for this bottling. And it's really, really, really good. That's another English thing where you say really and very a lot. So I did a couple of major faux pas in this piece today. Hope you forgive me. Make me feel better by buying lots of this wine. It is a stunner for the price.